everyone, Brandy here with BrandysCards. I am excited. We are doing our second Masculine Monday. I love this card a lot. And you know, I've been looking at this stamp set in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, the Treasured Kindness, and I've absolutely loved it. And I've been looking at it, and finally I thought, okay, that would be perfect for a masculine card or for any type of card. It's very, I don't know, clean and crisp, and you can get such a beautiful image. So I'm going to call it clean and simple stamping today. So I'm really excited. I'm going to share with you how I created a couple of cards using this set. And I hope that I inspire you to grab a stamp set that's similar, or maybe this one if you have it, and start creating right away. Okay, so we're going to create a couple cards for the special guys in our lives today. And the first one that I'm going to focus on is one that says, your kindness is treasured in my heart. Oh, wait till you see. So when you look at this set, you go, okay, yeah, it's okay. Wait till you see how beautiful it really is. So I'm going to bring in some grid paper, and the two colors I'm using today, I'm using Early Espresso and I'm using Old Olive. That's it. Yeah, two colors today. So we're going to open Early Espresso. We're going to open up our Old Olive. And we're going to start off by stamping our tree. Okay, so let's grab our cardstock. This first one, yeah, I am totally going to stamp it. I guess what I want to say, like, it's basic white. We're going to only use basic white on this card. Again, we're going to do that clean and simple stamped card. Super excited. I love the clean and simple. And I know some of you do too. One of you that comes to heart and comes to mind is Miss Ruth. I know that you like kind of those simple, clean, but really elegant type cards. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I am going to grab this kind of fun tree. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up in Early Espresso, and I am going to stamp that, let's see, right about in there. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do, it's a two-step stamp. So this is the other portion of the tree, and I'm going to ink that up. Yep, and I'm going to stamp that off onto my grid paper. Then I'm going to come back over to my tree. Actually, I'm going to do that again because I can see that it didn't totally stamp off like I'd like. Okay, that's better. So then I'm going to come over here to my tree and stamp it. And so now it kind of looks like I put crumb cake under there, but I didn't. So it's kind of an illusion. Now I have the kind of the darker part of the design. And you know, you can stamp it however you'd like, but this is how I found that it works best for me. Now what I did is in some of the breaks in the image here, is how I lined up some of these broken brown lines, okay, of the tree. So I want this piece to kind of go up in there, and I have found that you can absolutely stamp it too high and be like, oh, what happened? But that looks really, really good. So we were right on point on there. Now I have my second stamp, and I'm going to stamp this one off. Yep, so we're going to stamp that one off, and then we're going to come right back on top, and now it's really easy to see. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Here, let me show you up a little closer. It is such a beautiful stamp. Yeah, so it's so pretty. I believe my husband, when I showed it to him, he said it looks like is it the Lone Widow at one of the golf courses? I think that's what Willow is what he said, the Lone Willow tree. Oh gosh, I could be totally stating that wrong, but I'd have to go back. I should have looked at his message. Okay, but anyway, we're going to go next with Your Kindness is Treasured in My Heart. And I am going to ink that up, all right? And then I'm going to come right down here and stamp it under the tree. Now, I thought, okay, that's pretty cool, but it's kind of boring, you know, and I thought, well, maybe what I can do to kind of spice it up is I'm going to move this grid paper out of the way because I think I'm done with that. As I thought, well, what if I stamp it in Old Olive and then I just cut it out and piece it together? Now, I did that exact same thing on Masculine Monday #1 on our Adventurous Journey card. I love kind of doing those blocking because sometimes you get that stacked look, right? And sometimes you want it long, and so it just gives you that opportunity to kind of shake things up and tailor it to how you need it to fit. So here, let me show you what I'm planning on doing. I am going to cut out actually I'm cutting out kindness and I'm cutting out treasured. That's right. Then I'm going to put that aside and then I am going to add it to my card. Now, if you have Stampin' Write markers, you could certainly color on your card, or I'm sorry, on your stamp. Stampin' Write markers are water-based, so that allows you to add two-tone or two colors to a stamp. That's right. So if you want to zoom in a little bit so they can see a little closer, Peyton, that would be awesome. And so I am not too close, but a little bit, yeah. And I'm just adding a bit of liquid adhesive. And so I'm just taking it, and then that's going to add my color. And it just kind of gives you that pop, and I shouldn't say a pop of color, but it ties it all in together. Now, another reason why I like to kind of do the blocking is because it also sort of gives it a little bit more, it just adds a little bit more interest to the card too. Okay, so I'm not done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make our own decorative edge, and we're going to do that by scoring. That's right. So all you're going to do is you're going to either grab your Simply Scored, which is your scoring board, or you can use your Stampin' Up! Trimmer. So that's what I'm going to use today. I'm going to go straight for my Stampin' Up! Trimmer. So I'm going to pull that up here, and what we're going to do here is I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to move my blade out of the way. Here is my scoring tool, and when you're looking at your trimmer, you're going to put your paper at 1/4 inch, and then you're going to bring it over to 1/8 inch. Okay? Yeah, so I'm going to score this at 1/8 inch. And I am and you might go back and forth a couple of times so you get that really nice deep impression into that cardstock. Here, let me show you. Can you see that impression? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so let's go on here, and I'm going to kind of go back and forth, and then I have another one. Back, forth, back and forth, right? And then we're going to do another one. Oh, do I have an amazing card coming for you using the Heron stamp set. Heron Habitat. Oh my goodness, I can't hardly wait. And I kind of take this idea a little step further. But I'm not going to give it away, but I hope that you continue to join me for Manly Mondays, Masculine Mondays. I've got some really fun cards for you. All right, so here we go. I am going to fold my card base. We're going to flip this guy over, and you're going to want some Stampin' Dimensionals. Yep, we're going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals right back here. I'm going to go a little heavy. This is a fairly large piece, so I am going to, I'm going to go a little bit heavy, but that's okay. So we're going to take these off, the little backing pieces. I do like these adhesive foam dots a lot. They're quite nice, especially to add that dimension to your card. Now I'm going to add this here to the front. And so now it is a nice card size. And to kind of finish it off, I thought that I would use these brushed metallic adhesive dots. The reason that I say they're adhesive back dots is because they actually have the adhesive on the back. And if you use your Take Your Pick tool, I like the spatula, it's just really easy to lift those up and off and add it to your card. Okay, let me show you. Oh, it turned out so pretty. I hope that you like it as much as I do. I loved using this stamp set so much that I stamped my envelope as well for you. Yep, and this one I put, "You are wonderful in every way." Now, I could have certainly stamped this sentiment again in the old olive and glued it right across the top, but I didn't this time. You certainly can. You can also stamp this tree on the inside if you would like to. So many ideas and so many fun things that you can do with it. Okay, so up next, I am going to incorporate a bit of early espresso and some old olive. So why don't I pull in my grid paper, and I'm going to set this fun card aside, and I'm going to show you one more card. So here we go. I have old olive here, and what I'm going to do is I have this fun tree top. So this is what we use, the darker image of your tree. And so what I'm going to do is use that to create my background. Yeah. So I'm just going to kind of stamp that all around and stamp off and stamp on. And so my goal is to create this fun background that I can use behind my image. And so if you like it, if you like more dark, well then you can do more dark. If you like it kind of that two-tone, that light and dark, well then I would recommend probably stamping off a bit, right? So that you can get that kind of that two-tone color. And so it just takes a second. I don't mind doing this at all. I actually enjoy making my own background or DSP quite a lot. And I do it often because I think that it allows me to kind of get even more creative and use my stamps in a way that might surprise you, or maybe in a way that you weren't thinking you could use them. So I enjoy that very, very much. I like that challenge, if you will. So I'm going to set that aside. And I think that I am done with that. And I'm going to set that aside too. All right, so we are done with that. I'm going to pull in my basic white, and I'm going to glue my background down. Now, if you are liking my projects today and you're enjoying this card and you're inspired, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up. That's right, if you could click the like button. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Brandy's Cards. I have lots of fun masculine cards coming for you for the next few weeks. And I also have a beginner series. So we have a beginner series that I did a few weeks back that y'all really loved, and I'm so excited to know that. And I got a lot of suggestions and a lot of feedback, and so I am on to series number 2. We're going to start that, in just a few days. That's right, we're going to start that in just a few days, and I can't hardly wait. We're going to start out with how to mail your card. We're going to talk about sizes of cards. We're going to talk about, the right postage, and, maybe some tips and tricks on how to protect your card. Sometimes embellishments and things can make you a little cranky when they go through the mail. So really excited to share this video with you. And that's going to kick off our beginner series. So don't forget to go to BrandysCards.com/beginners so that you can subscribe, so that you'll receive my emails. And of course, you'll receive other blog posts with ideas, inspiration, anything that might be going on with Stampin' Up. Okay, or Brandy's Cards, right? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you these new dies. They're amazing. So here, let me show you these new dies. So they're called stylish shapes. In the Stampin' Up! Catalog, they don't really look stitched, but oh, they are, and they are fantastic. I love them. And so I went ahead and ran one of them through my cut and emboss already. And it was actually this square right here. Can you see the little dots? I think you can see them over there. So it does cut it out, and it does have that really fun decorative stitched edge, which I absolutely love so much. So what I'm going to do here is we are going to stamp our tree one more time. I had to open up my early espresso. I actually closed that guy. So let's just watch the magic of this beautiful tree one more time. Make sure I'm centered, and I'm going to stamp him right about there. Perfect. And then we have the other portion of our tree, and we stamp off, and then we stamp on. Whoops. All right. And then we have the top of our tree. And again, I tried to line it up in the stamp. Whew, that's a juicy stamp pad. Wowzers. Maybe I need to clean that stamp and start over. Whoo-wee. That's what you got to do sometimes. Just clean it and start over. All right, let's give that a shot again. Okay, now we can see a bit better. That was craziness. All right, so I have got the top part of my tree, and now I'm going to ink up the second portion, stamp it off, and then I'm going to stamp it right on top. This one's easy. This one's easy peasy because I'm going right back over the top. All right, so I'm going to set that aside, and now I have a piece of early espresso, and I think that I am going to pop this up on here. So it looks like it potentially was a scrap piece of basic white, but I love the basic white thick cardstock, and so it allows you to stamp on both sides perfectly and not see through. So I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, there you go. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to stamp. Let's see. Let's see which one. I think I did enjoy your day on the last one. So how about we do thank you on this one? So let's go in here and let's grab thank you. And I do have a block right here. So I am going to set that down. This is how I like to do it. And just kind of mount it on my block. And we're going to stamp thank you. I think right about there. Perfect. All right, so now let's put our card together. So we have this piece, and I have my thank you. I save all these like extra little strips. I have a bin, if you will, that I kind of put all of these strips in so that I just have easy access to different sizes of strips for different sentiments and things like that, rather than throw them away or cut a good piece of cardstock. It's nice to have kind of that go-to stash. So that is definitely something that I do all the time. Okay, so now I am going to add this beautiful tree image right to the front. And I'm going to bring back in those brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. And I'm going to go for a big one. And I think my big one is going to go, let's see, where do I want it to go? Actually, I think I'm going to go right about there. And then I think I'm going to do a smaller one. And I might actually do one right here. Kind of looks like it's maybe put together. Perfect. All right. So that is my second fun card. And of course, you could stamp your envelope as well. You could stamp on the inside if you would like. So there's lots of fun things that you can do there. And with the envelope and stamping on that, and then of course, with this fun card and stamping on its envelope. Oh, I hope that you really like these cards and that you give them a try. I absolutely have enjoyed using this stamp set so much. It has been so, inspirational, I feel like. For some reason, that tree just really, I love it. I love it a lot. It's got kind of that masculine feel to it. So definitely, I hope that you give it a try. Of course, if you don't have that set, maybe I've inspired you to pull out a different stamp set. Score that decorative edge so that you kind of have that fun look. And if you haven't done so already, please be sure to like and subscribe. I'd be grateful. And I'd also love to send you a catalog. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, make sure you go to brandyscards.com/contact. Send me an email with your address, and I'd love to send you a set of Stampin' Up! Catalogs. I'd love the opportunity to answer any questions you have in hopes of earning your business and joining you on your crafting journey. If you are one of my current customers, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you and for your business. I love your cards that I receive in the mail, and your emails mean so much to me as well. So thank you for your love and your support, and for enjoying Stampin' Up! And sending cards as much as I do. Thank you for joining me. Until the next Masculine Monday, happy stampin'. Bye now.